V8 supercars, right.
What's your take on it?
They fucking ruined it.
Yeah.
When they changed the cars in 93 or whatever, when they went to V8 supercar.
Went to when there was NASCAR and supercars at the same time as we were talking.
What happened was my engineer on my NASCAR car was one of the guys who was involved in the geometry on the new V8 supercar series, on the steering geometry for those cars. Very smart guy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, go back to the Australian Touring Car Championship. Those guys went and decided which car they wanted to run as per whatever the rules were for the different classes.
Yeah.
And they would go and then they would bring it home, whether it be a body they bought off the manufacturer or a whole car, and they would build a race car. They would engineer their own race car within the regulations. And it allowed people like Dick Johnson to build those incredible XD Falcons that were groundbreaking as far as taking it to, the Holden guys and really well put together cars, well engineered cars. And that continued on. Like people like Bob Jane and Alan Moffat brought professionalism to Australian motorsport. They're the guys who really made it professional. And then the next era of guys, the Dick Johnsons and the Peter Brocks and the Larry Perkins.
Wayne Gardner in there too. Wayne Gardner raced in supercars.
Yeah, he raced with us once too.
Yeah.
I've never seen anyone so fucking impressed with themselves in my fucking whole life as that guy.
Really? Wayne Gardner?
Oh, yeah. He comes into the drivers' meeting. He's never sat in one of our cars before, and the first question he said was, "What's the lap record?"
and he just that's it.
He just thought he was going to go out and fucking
and beat everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
So yeah, got Dick and Perkins and all that, and Brock and all those guys engineering these wonderful cars. Larry Perkins, probably the greatest.
Oh, fantastic engineer
of all time.
Yeah.
Then you start this V8 Supercar series, and the first nail in the coffin, and people won't agree with me, was when Motec. Once you start adding anything to a car that costs money that isn't making the car race any better, actually race any better, what's its point? So they had Motec. Then they add fucking more things. Then they add more electronics and more fucking data and all this fucking stuff. And they change the car. They shorten the fucking cars up. Then you got these little fucking short doors on the Commodores to get the fucking wheelbase right. And they start then they go to manufacturing that flash new chassis 10 years ago, whatever it was.
Yep.
Then you go back a couple of years to that first Mustang that looked like a fucking Volkswagen.
Yeah.
They'd fucking bastardized these fucking cars to the extent where they can't be fucking fixed.
There's a whole lot of error on those cars these days in the supercars.
You put a fucking body on that car that's meant to be a Mustang and it looks like a fucking Volkswagen Beetle, you're doing something fucking wrong. So all of a sudden you've got these completely fucking over-engineered cars that aren't designed by the race teams, that aren't engineered by the race teams, that are just fucking built to this fucking rule package. It's not a touring car anymore. It's a fucking sports sedan.
Yeah.
So if they want it to be successful again, that series, is it still the Australian Touring Car Championship?
It's just called Supercars. That's all it's called.
So it's not even that.
No.
It's not even. So there you go. So when they say Peter Brock won fucking 10 Bathursts or 9 Bathursts or whatever he won, so how do you count them all? Did he drive in the Supercar era?
No, he didn't. Oh, he drove I don't know. It's gone through so many names. It's gone through different bodies too, a Vesco. And
so how do you compare apples to oranges?
Yeah.
How do you say I couldn't even tell you who drives in it now, But whoever's in it now, if they're being successful, you can't. How do you have them both on the same page? Because they do, don't they? They say Brock won 10, this many championships, Dick Johnson won this many championships, Joe Blow in the series now has won fucking this many championships. It's not the same fucking championship, is it?
No, it's not.
That's a fucking touring car championship where they were driving touring cars.
Yeah.
This is a fucking championship where they're driving these fucking over-engineered fucking spaceships.
Yeah.
So it's not the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
So there has to be a cut-off fucking line saying, this is where the fucking Australian Touring Car Championship fucking ended.
Yeah.
And this is a fucking new series.
Yeah.
And we're going to race these fucking over-engineered fucking buckets of shit that no one gives a fuck about anyway. I'll give you a fucking test.
Yeah.
Take 10 V8 supercar drivers down to Woolies dressed in their civvies.
Yep.
Stand them outside Woolies selling fucking raffle tickets for the Lions Club or fucking Apex.
Yeah.
And see how many people fucking recognise any of them.
Yeah.
No, honestly, fucking see how many people recognise any of them.
Yeah.
A few blokes who drink their VB in their shed and watch the V8 supercar races will fucking know who they are.
Yep.
But that's all. A very fucking tiny minority of people will even know who they are. Last year or the year before, because I follow demographics and all this sort of stuff a lot, from when I used to
For promotion and stuff.
That stuff. So I still follow it. 117,000 people, I think it was year before last year, what watched was the average viewership for a V8 supercar race.
I wouldn't have a clue.
117,000 people. It's fucking nothing.
Yeah.
They are so low on the Australian sport fucking ladder when you compare all the ball codes and horse racing and fucking everything. Fucking dirt track Speedway outsell V8 supercars in ticket sales annually.
Yeah.
Dirt track.
Yeah. Speedway.
Right?
Sprint cars.
Real racing.
Yeah.
That outsells it in ticket sales. And people go, oh, yeah, there's more tracks and there's more fucking races. You know why there's more tracks and more fucking races?
Why?
Because supply and demand, more people want to fucking see it.
Yeah.